Have you ever spent more time trying to understand someone's behavior than actually enjoying the relationship? Like, one day they make you feel special, they text you back fast, they flirt with you, they say things that make you think, okay, maybe this is going somewhere. And then the next day, they disappear. They become dry. They act distant. They make you feel like maybe you imagined the whole thing. So now you are stuck thinking, do they like me? Did I do something wrong? Are they just busy? Am I asking for too much? And the more confused you feel, the more you think about them. That is the strange part. You are not even fully happy with them. But somehow, you cannot stop checking your phone. You cannot stop replaying the conversation. You cannot stop looking for signs. And this is where the main idea comes in. If someone keeps you confused, that confusion is information. It does not always mean they are a bad person. It does not always mean they are trying to hurt you. And it does not always mean they have zero feelings for you. But it does mean something. Because love, interest, and care should not constantly make you feel like you are solving a puzzle. Mixed signals are powerful because they give you just enough hope to stay, but not enough clarity to feel secure. That is what makes them so addictive. There is actually a psychology study that fits this really well. In one study called, He Loves Me Not, women were shown Facebook profiles of men. Some women were told the men liked them a lot. Some were told the men liked them an average amount. And some women were told they did not know whether the men liked them a lot or only an average amount. And the surprising result was this. The women who were uncertain were the most attracted. Not the women who knew the men liked them a lot. The uncertain group. Why? Because uncertainty made them think about the men more. And the more they thought about them, the more attraction grew. That is such an important point. Sometimes you are not thinking about someone because they are special. You are thinking about them because they are unclear. And your brain wants an answer. It wants to close the loop. It wants to know, are we okay? Do they want me? Was that moment real? So you keep checking. You keep analyzing. You keep waiting. And every once in a while they give you something. A sweet message, a compliment, a late-night call, a sudden, I miss you. And that small moment feels huge. Not because the relationship is stable, but because your anxiety finally gets relief. This connects to another idea in psychology called intermittent reinforcement. It is the same basic pattern behind gambling. If you win every time, it becomes predictable. If you never win, you eventually stop playing. But if you win sometimes, randomly, your brain keeps chasing the next reward. Mixed signals can work the same way emotionally. If someone is always cold, you may leave. If someone is always warm, you feel safe. But if someone is warm sometimes and cold other times, your brain starts waiting for the warm version to come back. You start chasing the version of them that made you feel wanted. And that is where people get stuck. They are not always attached to the actual relationship. They are attached to the possibility. The version that appears just often enough to keep hope alive. And then cognitive dissonance comes in. That means your brain is trying to deal with two conflicting truths. Truth 1. They make me feel anxious and confused. Truth 2. But sometimes they are so sweet and I feel so connected to them. Those two things do not match easily. So your brain starts creating explanations. Maybe they are just busy. Maybe they are scared of getting hurt. Maybe they are not good at texting. Maybe they do care, but they just do not know how to show it. And sometimes, yes, those things can be true. People are complicated. People can be stressed, avoidant, unsure, or bad at communicating. But here is the part you have to be honest about. Even if there is a reason for their inconsistency, you are still the one living with the emotional cost of it. You are still the one feeling anxious. You are still the one waiting. You are still the one trying to decode every small change in tone. And at some point, the question is not, do they like me? The better question is, do I feel emotionally safe with them? Because someone can like you and still not be able to give you clarity. Someone can enjoy your attention and still not be ready to choose you. Someone can care about you in some way and still keep you in a situation that hurts. That is why, if they keep you confused, that's your answer. Does not have to mean they never cared. It means their pattern is already telling you something. It is telling you that this connection is not giving you the steadiness you need. And that matters. So what do you actually do with this? First, stop reading only their words. Start reading the pattern. If they say they miss you but disappear every time things get real, look at the pattern. If they say they care but you constantly feel unsure where you stand, look at the pattern. If they are only warm when you pull away, look at the pattern. Words can create hope. Patterns show reality. Second, ask one clear question. Not in an angry way, not as a trap, just calmly and directly. You can say, I like spending time with you, but I've been feeling confused about where this is going. What are you actually looking for? That question is simple, and then watch what happens. If they give you a clear answer, good. If they avoid it, joke around, make you feel needy, or give you another vague answer, that is also information. Third, set a quiet limit. You do not need a dramatic speech. You can say, I like you, but I don't want to keep doing something that feels this unclear for me. Or, I enjoy talking to you, but I'm looking for something more consistent. That is not begging. That is not attacking. That is you being honest about what you need. And honestly, the right person may not be perfect, but they will not make clarity feel like too much to ask for. So if you are stuck on someone who keeps making you confused, try to remember this. You do not need to solve every mystery to protect your peace. You do not need to understand every reason behind their behavior before you admit that it hurts. And you do not need to keep proving your worth to someone who only makes you feel chosen sometimes. Mixed signals can make you feel like the answer is hidden somewhere inside the other person. But sometimes, the confusion is the answer. Because love that is clear may not always be dramatic. It may not always give you that emotional high. But it gives you something much better. It gives you peace. And if someone's attention keeps making you anxious, uncertain, and smaller, maybe the question is not whether they like you. Maybe the question is, why does being liked by them cost you so much?